Nigerians, it's time for us to address this EFCC palaver that is going on at the moment, because I saw another video on Gossip Mail where EFCC break into the house of somebody simply because they assume that person is a suspect, perhaps even if they have the evidence, or probably the person did not open the door. And this is going out of hand. And I think Nigerians, we need to talk about it ourselves. And I would say it is important for us to look into this issue that concerns not just individuals, but the integrity and future of our country. The actions of the EFCC and their treatment of citizens. The recent raid that I saw today in Lagos from Gossip Mail has brought to light several troubling patterns in how the EFCC operates. And I think it is time to question their approach and advocate for change. I believe that EFCC was established to fight corruption and hold those mismanaging our nation's wealth accountable. But is that what they are doing? Why does it seem like they focus their energy on young Nigerians, breaking down doors, raiding hotels, and targeting Yahoo boys, while the true architect of corruption remain untouched? People like Yaya Bello. Breaking into people's homes or hotel is not just reckless. It is a violation of basic human rights. Even if someone is kind of suspected of a crime, does that justify the destruction of private property? What happened to due process? Why is there no emphasis on investigation and lawful arrest without violence or destruction? When people resist, we must ask why. Are they resisting because they are guilty, or because they fear unjust treatment? Even when resistance occurs, shouldn't there be an alternative? Shouldn't there be alternative peaceful strategies to address it? Because I believe EFCC's actions suggest a lack of creativity and respect for human rights. And I believe this, that specific laws gives the EFCC the right to break into homes and destroy property? These laws to be questioned and reviewed. It needs to be questioned and it needs to be reviewed, because citizens deserve transparency in how arrests are being conducted and why are they being conducted. Why are they focused on smaller crimes when massive corruption at the highest levels continues to destroy our economy? EFCC is known for chasing Yahoo boys while leaving politicians and other powerful figures untouched. Are these misplaced priorities deliberate? And I look at it, I think Nigerian youth, we need to demand, I think we need to demand better systems. The EFCC could be able to rely on stronger evidence before making arrests, set traps, or use undercover operations. Because if you use undercover operations to lure the person out before the person is being apprehended, rather than destroying the person's property, I think EFCC needs to be able to collaborate with communities to identify genuine cases. I think also that they need to use peaceful negotiation instead of violent raids. And I also believe they have to follow constitutional processes to uphold human rights. With that being said, Nigerians, we need to come together and take some actions that demand transparency in EFCC's operation. We need to also educate ourselves on our rights under Nigerian law. We need to be able to rally together to protest against unconstitutional actions that have been taken against people. They need to learn to use legal system to sue. We need to learn to use legal system to sue EFCC for property damage or unlawful arrests. We need to be able to also push for reforms that prioritize justice over harassment. And I think that we need to file lawsuits for property destruction and unlawful entry. Document and publicize EFCC's illegal activities. Join or create organizations that advocate for citizens' rights. Work with human rights. We need to find a way to work with human rights lawyers to challenge EFCC's actions in court. I believe also that we need to be able to rally as youth to petition the government for EFCC reform, or else this wahala no go stop. Here's also what I believe. I think the EFCC is just an agent tasked with fighting corruption, but regardless of the fact that they've turned and they focus on small-scale Yahoo boys, while leaving the real architect of Nigerian suffering untouched, their godfather, I shouldn't say their godfather before they come after me, but godfathers, people's godfathers, let me not use that word, like Yaya Bello, let me just put it like that. Their reckless raids, breaking into homes and destroying property, show little respect for human rights or the rule of law. Why should Nigerians live in fear or of an institution meant to protect them? Why are our leaders untouched while the youth bear the brunt of, let's just say, their aggressive approach? What kind of system allows this? Imagine sitting in your home now, as I did for my house, and without warning, my door is just being shattered because someone suspects you. Even if you're innocent, your dignity, privacy, and property are destroyed already. Is that what we call justice? Why are there no peaceful, lawful alternatives? And how do we get to a point where our guardians of justice act more like oppressors? And I think this: shouldn't EFCC prioritize real corruption, the billionaires stolen by politicians? Do Nigerians feel safer with the EFCC acting this way? And how do we rally together to demand better from an agency that seems to target the vulnerable? What legal steps can Nigerians take to hold EFCC accountable for damages and injustice? And do we need to completely reform the EFCC to reflect the values of fairness and justice? Here's what I think. I think Nigerian youth and citizens must unite. No be everything we go to wait for very dark man. We need to unite to demand accountability and reform. It's time to question the EFCC's method and their priorities and the laws enabling such abuse that they inflict on the average citizens of Nigeria. I also think that maybe I have to come to a point and I just tell you guys first. I want to hear your thoughts. Let's share our thoughts. What reforms do we think are necessary? Let us say, I believe that by this, we don't need to wait till next year. We need to start rallying. This is December. December is already approaching. But we need to kind of send a message to the government that Nigerians deserve better. The way the EFCC go around people, because this is something that people can lose their life. Imagine someone with heart attack and the rest of it. We have seen this happen. And Nigerians, we need to come together. Nigerian youth, we need to come together. Earlier, I could remember that very dark man was proposing going to protest at the EFCC's office. I think that needs to be revisited. And Nigerian youth needs to wake up and protest, and the government needs to hear our voice. Now, I don't know how we are going to make the protest. Maybe we have to go to the law enforcement to get their permission, since our situations have become things like this. Maybe we have to get to that level. But perhaps whatever is the right way to go after a lawful protest on the EFCC, a constitutional way of doing it, that is what we have to do as Nigerian youth. These EFCC people are getting out of hand. With that being said, I want to hear your comments. Share your comments and your thoughts. Let's see what way would be best forward. And with that information, we can now make a decision on what way forward with this EFCC palaver.
Please lock the door. There is a lady there with no camera. Can I stop videoing us now?
No. So this is my door. It was broken down. This is my room door. It was forced open. It was forced open. What it means is that even when the thieves come, I'm not even safe. They say they are EFCC.
When you are revolutionary and you talk the truth, people will come and slap you down. Then you talk the truth again, they lock you in jail. Them never hear anything at all. Then go hear pansa pansa. When you are revolutionary and you talk the truth, people will come and slap you down. Then you talk the truth again, they lock you in jail. Them never hear anything at all. Then go hear pansa pansa.